15. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Brought down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has three options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
15 yards on the play, first down. Tua going to hand this one to Breida. I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week. Yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point try good by Gywu. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
To throw is Moore on first down. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Moore. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On first down, Moore. Forced out to his left. And incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Moore. He'll get this one together. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Oh, what a juke into space. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 5-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Tua. It's complete to Grant. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. These defenses defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
More now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there, as that one was knocked away.
On second down now, it's Johnson. Eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Here's Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Johnson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Lions 14, Dolphins 7.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
5-yard line. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
First down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
For the extra point.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This one fielded at the 5.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration. You'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
And a nice carry there of 15 yards. More now. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. From the gun, Moore. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Sam Sloman for the expert.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down, Dolphins.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. It's complete to Parker, left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Complete.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Lions' 14-yard line.
They go counter with Breida. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
1st and goal, Miami.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. It's up and good, and that'll make our score 31 to 14 now.
Lions 31, Dolphins 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds. Here's the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
At the 28-yard line.
They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. But they never did.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. A throw to Parker complete on the slant. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get out there and talk about it. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Off the play fake. Moore. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here comes the Lions punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
43-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Start the second half with Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That ball coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun. Moore trying to lay one up deep. And got his man complete. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Big play there. 85 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake!"
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Matt Breida, 61 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Gano the extra point, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Moore. Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Moore to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another first down. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Here's Moore on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. From the gun, here's Swift. There on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
Oh, that's a real... and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take the read. He was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Operating from the gun, Moore. And that will be incomplete. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
A 53-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Now Tua. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, Moore. He's going to sling this deep downfield. At the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They got 29 yards that time. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet in this situation. And he knows how to find the end zone. That time, he just didn't get there.
It's now 3rd and goal.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions add on to their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Lions 48, Dolphins 21.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. He'll have a first down past the 30, the 40, the 20. 10. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Gano now to add the extra point.
And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Lions 48, Dolphins 28.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Off play action. Moore. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing deep. That's caught at the 25. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards there and a first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Moore. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devontae Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They run again with Breida. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's it's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's a toss right side for Breida. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And it is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
For Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. One final try for Tagovailoa. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.
Now's the time. Don't give him nothing. Tonight's final
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year.
And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for Miami, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.